welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every single day. And if you're looking for daily short tarot readings, check out my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts. If you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer it through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. The card that fell out was the Lovers. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Devil. Page of Swords. The Hierophant. Ace of Cups. 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. So this is interesting because we have the Three of Swords in between the Devil and the Lovers card, indicating that there was some sort of relationship that did not end up moving into a positive energy. And I'm seeing here that it caused a lot of confusion, frustration, a lot of heartache, a lot of disappointment. Instead of there being equal loving energy, there was a lot of chains that were put onto you. There was a lot of negative mindsets. There was a lot of obsession or feeling trapped. And I'm seeing with the Page of Swords that when it comes to your relationships, whether it's romantic or otherwise, you're looking back on these situations and these dual energies and sort of like your expectations versus the reality. And you're realizing that there were some illusions at play. And you're starting to stand up for yourself because the Page of Swords is very much an energy of someone who may not always communicate the best. They are a page, and so they're not one of the kings or queens. So they're still learning how to communicate boundaries, but they are somebody who stands up for what they believe in, who believe in honesty, believe in those things, but maybe didn't always know how to actually pick up the sword and use it in any kind of useful or productive way. And I'm seeing that it's influenced the way that you view long-term relationships. I'm also seeing that you're realizing there's been an influence in your life from your parent figures on your relationships in ways that you didn't previously understand or even realize. And it's allowed you to gain a different level of understanding when it comes to love, when it comes to self-love, self-understanding, and self-worth. And I'm seeing that you're aligning to this 10 of Pentacles energy, which is happiness and fulfillment and abundance in all the areas of your life. But that's also meaning that you're having to really step through these portals of spiritual awakening so that you can level up to these higher tier levels of consciousness and have bigger and better understandings of things. Because when you level up in your spiritual awakening, you're able to accomplish more because you're able to handle more at once as well. And I'm seeing that this past situation, and this may be a very specific person for some of you that comes to mind, has really influenced the way that you view moving forward and what you want out of your long-term relationships, whether it's romantic or non-romantic. So let's just get a couple more cards here. What else do you need to know about this situation? What additional guidance can I give you today? We have the Death card. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, that's interesting, Seven of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I'm seeing that a lot of you are going through not only your spiritual awakening, but you're going through this sort of process of trying to determine your expectations versus your reality. What is and isn't realistic with that? I'm seeing that there's a bit of hesitation here to step out of your comfort zone. There's a bit of hesitation it's almost like you're too afraid to dream big with your 10 of Pentacles energy of abundance because you're worried that that is unrealistic. But at the same time, what you currently have isn't exactly where you want to be. And it's interesting because the 9 is before the 10. And although the 9 of Cups is a very positive energy, it's often an energy of accomplishment, but with things kind of missing. And I'm seeing that you're struggling back and forth with this sort of, you're not sure if holding on to what you currently have is as good as it gets, and if that's realistic for your expectations, or if you think that you can achieve better because you're worried that if you go and look for better, that your expectations are unrealistic, or you're worried about it being an illusion. But what I'm seeing here is that the universe is actually giving you the opportunity to make the decision yourself and have faith that if you step out of your comfort zone and go after that better will come. And this goes for all areas of your life, not just the romantic or non-romantic relationships. This seems to be the underlying theme of everything that's currently at play in your life right now. And this reading's coming across to remind you that sometimes this worry and anxiety that you have about your dreams being too big is actually just negative mindsets you've held on to because you're worried that either you don't deserve it or you're worried to dream bigger because you're afraid to be disappointed. The truth is that as long as you are planting the seeds and doing the work, you can make this 7 of Cups card the window shopping card, not the illusions card. And what's funny is that if you try to avoid illusions so much that you don't step out of your comfort zone, you end up kind of stepping into an illusion. And the reason I say that is because when you're too afraid to leave what's familiar, you end up living in a reality that is not fully authentic, which would then make it an illusion. And so you're being asked to have faith. Don't force anything at this time. Don't force anything. Don't move faster than you feel you need to move. Move at your own pace. Don't let anybody push you along or hold you back. And stick to what feels right in your gut. And that will lead you to your 10 of Pentacles instead of this 9. And the thing about reaching your unlimited potential is that in order to do that, you have to grow and go where you've never been before. And remember what I had said about the decisions to come in the readings. I think that was last week that we're talking about making these big decisions that are going to influence your life for the next several years. Those readings were largely about you stepping out of your comfort zone and choosing you in a way that you've never done before. And the thing about that is when you choose yourself in a way you've never done before, you often question whether or not it's the right decision. If you pay attention to your gut though, you will know. And remember yesterday's reading, we talked about the labyrinth and how there's no wrong turns or dead ends in a labyrinth. You can end up going around longer than you want and wandering around before you get to the center longer than you want. But no matter what path you take, whatever is meant for you, being the end of the center of the labyrinth or making it through the labyrinth, is something you're still going to do. So don't focus so much on worrying about the decision. The decision will feel more comfortable as you stop overthinking it, because that's what you're doing right now. You're overthinking, you're worrying, you're sort of spiraling into this thought process where you're arguing back and forth with yourself. And it's funny because we have these two dual energies on either side of this 3. The 3 in numerology is the number of supreme balance, which is ironic because it's not an even number. But when you are putting your mind, body, and soul into making decisions, and you are balanced in your spiritual self, your physical body, and your mindset, it's much easier for you to get in touch with your higher self and your intuition. And with this Ace of Cups being on the table, The Ace of Cups is all about self-love, self-worth, and self-understanding. It's also about an overflow of abundance. So with that being said, with these dual energies that are at play, instead of trying to force one or the other, you may just want to walk kind of in the middle for a bit and let the answer come to you versus you going to seek it. Sometimes you find more answers and more peace and stillness than you do in trying to make the waves or escape the waves. And there are certain storms that come into your life, not to shake your life up or to destroy it, but to actually pave the way. And that requires a lot of patience. So I'm hearing very much right now that you really need to be patient and not force any decision. You need to kind of let the decision come to you. And when it does, it's going to feel right. It may feel uncomfortable, so don't mix up my words here. It may not be an easy decision, but you'll know in your gut that it's right. So this is your reading. If it resonates with you, don't forget to like this video. Your affirmation for this reading. Your affirmation is anything is possible. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.